Let's kick it. Let's kick it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to This Might Be Toxic.
Are we live?
3? I don't know. Are we live?
We're live? Okay.
Okay,
Let's go ahead.
Good. Yeah. So we have our necessities. I'm healthier than you, and I'm happy about it.
What do you think? You're better than me?
No, I just like how you have the adult version of a speedball going on right now, which is nice.
That's how I function.
Which one are you going to finish first?
Take a guess.
White Claw. Why do we need a White Claw?
You know me. You act like you don't know me.
Why do we need a White Claw today?
I was just having one of those days.
What are one of those days?
It was just, having a new puppy's really hard.
That's it? That's what got us to drinking?
Yep.
You bought him.
I adopted him.
Yeah. All right. How's that going? What is he peeing on?
He didn't pee in the house today. He's doing really good.
Did he pee on his sister?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why he does that. Well, I do kind of, but it's only when she's going to the bathroom and he lifts his leg and pees on her head while she's peeing.
Yeah, don't kink.
It's really messed up.
Don't kink shame your dog, dude.
Anyways, how was your week?
I've been doing nothing.
What'd you do this weekend?
Nothing. You know I don't do anything.
Well, I don't know. You're kind of like shady sometimes. You just disappear, and I'm just assuming
I'm at
like
home.
I kind of like I have this idea of what you're doing, but
what do you
think
I'm doing?
I don't know. I think you run like a brothel out of your house.
I do not have the type of house that you can run a brothel out of.
No?
No, I just sit at home. I literally sit at home and I read and I just wait to do this.
With
and
a
I
bunch
record.
Of chicks?
Yeah, that's it. There's just 9 girls at my house right now.
I believe it.
No, not at all. That sounds fucking terrible.
Really?
9 girls at your house all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd lose my shit. I love hanging out with girls, but 9 at a time sounds like.
So Hugh Hefner was not your.
Well, do you think he was hanging out with them all the time?
Oh, I wasn't there.
He had girlfriends though.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. You have your girlfriends, and then like you just have a house that he lived in a mansion.
I don't know too much about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like if I had like fucking 9,000 rooms for sure, like I wouldn't see him. I'd be like fucking you walkie-talkie for food and shit. You just go walk around the house and see women. That's cool, but I'm not hanging out.
Shit.
What about you? You're back on the drinking train.
What are you calling me out for, bro?
You're literally drinking a White Claw on camera. That ain't me.
I know it's really trendy to be sober right now, but I'm just having an adult beverage.
Oh, I'm not trendy. I'm just broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my excuse for it.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, but how has it been? What does it feel like?
Everything's been great. I had a good weekend. Hung out with my friend Paulina all weekend, and it was Easter weekend.
He has risen. Well, he did rise.
Yes.
But now everybody's over it again. Typical 2025 fashion.
Yeah.
I hate when I can't stand people that go to church only on Easter.
It's so annoying.
I can't stand it.
It's so annoying.
That's like the fakest religious thing to me you could do is just show up on that day or
only,
Christmas.
Only on Easter or Christmas. Yeah.
No other.
What's the point?
Well, you look good in dresses and it just shows that you do believe in Christ. It's kind of.
I feel like it makes people feel like they're more American if they go to church on
you think he's American?
Easter.
I feel like you think
it just seems like the all-American dream thing to do, you know?
Do you think so? Like white picket fans
it's very
go to
like
church.
white people stuff.
I don't know. I'm beside myself with church because I feel like sometimes with church you meet like some people just go just to say they go.
Yeah.
And then there's people where like it helps out a lot of people. And then I remember when I wanted to go, I don't know why you started going to church, but I mean we go to church together. But I think when I started wanting to go is because I was like, I just want to find like the spirituality and this religious shit, and I want to like find it my own way.
Yeah.
I didn't like want to go to like take pictures and like do the whole 9, but I feel like that's a lot of people that do go.
Did you grow up religious?
Well, my family's Catholic. I lean more towards Christian. My mom's really religious now. So, no, I didn't grow up super religious, but God was always in the mix.
He was.
Yeah. And then I think it's like, why'd you start going?
I grew up in Christian school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shows that doesn't work, huh?
No.
Yeah, that fucked you up pretty bad.
No, actually, I loved Christian school. Oh, I have like I feel like most people hated it and everyone like has a horror story.
Yeah.
I feel like it really helped shape me. And I thought it was really positive. So I actually really liked my school. It wasn't until I went into public school and then met real kids who had real problems was when I got really fucked up.
Did the lifestyle seem more attractive because you were hidden from it for like a few years in school?
Definitely. Like it was a really like going to Christian school is a really sheltered lifestyle. I definitely believe that kids need a balance. I didn't really know what other normal 10-year-olds knew at 10, I guess, being in Christian school. So yeah, when I hit high school, I went to public school, and it was just like a shock. I needed to put my phone on silent.
Yeah. What was your first like experience in public school? Like when you started seeing shit that never happened in Christian school?
Gosh, cussing.
No way.
Yeah.
Nobody cussed in Christian school?
Nobody cussed in Christian school.
Wow.
Yeah, like cussing, and like I didn't even cuss. And in ninth grade, when I found out other kids cussed, I was like,
in ninth grade?
They're so bad. Yeah.
Dude, when did your like?
Well, I had a pretty good childhood up until like 12, and then my parents kind of fell apart, and our home life went to shit real quick.
It happens.
And I ended up hating like church and hating like the whole Christian identity and everything like that. So that's why I went super goth, and I like really wanted to rebel against my parents. So ninth grade, I just went balls to the wall crazy. Like went from captain of the cheerleading team, 4.0 in junior high, straight to dye my hair black, only wear skinny jeans and listen to Marilyn Manson every second I could. And then the second I turned 18, I sleeved out my whole arm in one day.
18?
18. The second I turned 18.
How'd you have the money for that?
Funny enough, my artist at the time wasn't well known. He's a massive artist now, but he gave me my whole sleeve for like $200, the whole outline. And I saved all of my lunch money. Like I had like, my dad would give me like $20 a week for like food, and I just wouldn't use it for food, and I just saved it.
I used to do that for weed though.
Yeah. I just really wanted tattoos. I really wanted to disappoint my parents, you know? and back then, like when you got tattoos, it was like really edgy. Now everybody has tattoos, but we're talking, I was 18 in 2008, and that was like, whoa, you got a whole sleeve in one day.
It did seem edgier back then.
It
now
did.
I just feel like people get
did.
it because it gives off a certain look.
I think so. Yeah. But I was like, oh my gosh, in high school, like I said, I went from captain of the cheerleading team, 4.0, to ninth grade, black hair, wearing the white eye contacts that Marilyn Manson used to wear to school. And that was like shocking for other kids to see, because like also goth wasn't really a thing in Simi Valley.
Yeah.
You know? So like I was like the only goth kid at my school, at my high school. I was just known as like the emo goth girl.
Did you feel weird getting dressed to school to go like that?
No, I think I was so sick of what I had gone through in Christian school, like being popular and being blonde, and
I was so tired of being popular.
Like, no, for real.
I
like
wanted to be popular so
I didn't
bad.
want people to like me anymore for what I had. I started to realize a lot of people were hiding behind an image, and I feel like it was really, you know, if you dress a certain way, you're looked at a certain way, you know, and it was almost like a social experiment for me in high school to dress differently and see how people would treat me. And I was really, really depressed. Like things were not good at home.
It showed in the black hair.
I moved out of my house when I was 15.
To a boyfriend's?
Boyfriends, people I'd meet off MySpace. I was just couch surfing. I slept in my car a lot of nights.
Yeah.
When my parents like broke up, I moved out, and then I didn't even go to my senior year. I dropped out in 11th grade because I turned 18 and at the end of 11th grade, and I just didn't go back. And my parents never even asked why. They just didn't care.
Hey man, sometimes we don't disappoint our parents. Sometimes our parents disappoint us.
You know,
we could be disappointed in our parents. I feel like that's not a narrative told by a lot of kids.
Yeah, and for a long time, I was an angry kid, and I was an angry 20-year-old, and I made a lot of really dumb choices based off of just like being mad at my parents. Just classic like teen angst rebellion, you know. And this is right when emo music came out too, so it was perfect timing for me. You know,
jamming the yellow card and sleeping in your car.
Yeah, I was just an angry kid, man. I was mad.
Joined the Black Parade right away.
Yeah.
Did it do anything for you? Did you feel better? Did you feel better about yourself?
When I was
rebelling?
Yeah, I don't know. I really think back on my life, like if I didn't make all those choices, like if I didn't get super tattooed, if I didn't drop out of high school, if I like played it safe and went to college and like did all the things I was supposed to do, where my life would be today. I'd probably be in like a healthy relationship. I'd probably have kids. But you know, I've also got to experience a lot of things in life that I feel like a lot of other people haven't been able to experience. So that's kind of, you know, I wouldn't change any of it. What about you? I just like, I don't really know what was your vibe in high school? Like I remember seeing you're just a little Mexican kid, but like, would you dabbled in drugs or like would you sell weed? I don't know. I just picture you like selling weed in high school or something.
I tried.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
wasn't
you're
good at it.
yeah.
I think for me, like in high school, like I had this crazy like identity fucking crisis, right? Because I had moved from Oxnard, which was primarily Mexican, right?
Yeah.
And I moved to Camarillo, so it's like Camarillo from Oxnard was very like, to me, ritzy.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, like kids have money. And it's not like a money place, but it's moneyer than where I was from originally. So it was like, I didn't have any of this, like, I didn't know who I was, right? Whereas like in Oxnard, if you dress like this and you were into this, then that was cool. And I think like during my youth, my thing was like, I was trying to be cool. Like I really wanted to be cool. And then I get to Cam and it's like white kids and skating and like everybody smoked pot. So I was like, cool, I'm going to smoke weed.
Yeah.
So I think I started smoking weed. First person I smoked weed with was Nami. So that was the very first person to get me high. And
did you like it? Were
13.
you like, this is going to be my new identity?
I loved it.
Were you a stoner?
Oh yeah, at the beginning I was for sure.
Oh my God, I never liked weed.
I loved it at the beginning. It just hits me wrong now. But yeah, I just started getting high and then like I wanted to get it. I got fucking gypped out of so many drugs. I remember like getting fake mushrooms and fake acid and like shit like that.
So you would just do drugs that people would give you? Were you the kind of kid that would take anything?
I would, yeah, like at the beginning, because I didn't have.
That's really, like, isn't it crazy? Like, not to interrupt you, but that we live in a day now where, like, kids in high school can't do that. They'll die. Like, with fentanyl and everything. Like, but when we were kids, it was pretty normal to just take what anyone gave you. And people weren't dying as much.
I'm very thankful I did it at that time.
Yeah.
Because the ecstasy wave, man, I don't know. Did you dabble in the ecstasy?
I had a very short stint of going to raves when I was 15 when I met this like older dude on MySpace and he was really into it. So I started going to raves and he would give me ecstasy to sell to my high school friends. I never did it though. I never did drugs ever. Not one time.
Really?
Not one time. I've never done ecstasy. I've never done cocaine. I've never done any of that shit. I just fucking drank myself to death.
Well, I told you like the last podcast, I was like I think it was 2 podcasts ago, but everything I did was I was trying to get girls, right? That was how everything was structured. So I took ecstasy because the pitch to me for Thiz, right? Everybody called it Thizzles. So shout out to Mac Dre. So
R.I.P.
Yeah. So they were like, dude, it just makes girls horny. And it makes you horny. I'm like, fuck, I'm already horny. I can only imagine double horny.
Did you ever hear that that thing that everyone would say, never have sex on ecstasy. It'll never be the same. You'll never have that good of sex ever again.
Well, I mean, anything you do on ecstasy, you'll never have that again. It's releasing every piece of dopamine and endorphin. Of course, nothing's going to be as good. You can eat a bag of chips.
But remember, they were like, don't do it. Did you ever have, like, what were the other, like, high school rumors?
It took an ice cream scoop out of your brain. I remember somebody told me that, and I was so baked in class. There was a girl
what took an ice cream scoop out of your brain?
Every time you take a hit of ecstasy, it takes an ice cream scoop out of your brain. And then I remember being so high in class, and this girl turned around and told me that because we were talking about it, and I was like, where does it go? I was like, where do they put it?
You're doing the math, like you're thinking about how big your brain is, and you're like, 1 scoop.
Yeah, I was like, dude.
Oh my God, 10 pills later.
Dude, I was like, are we talking?
10 pills later, my brain's going to be gone.
No, I was like, are we talking like Ben and Jerry's scoops? Are we talking like Cold Stone scoops? That's a big difference in a scoop. I'm like, how do you justify what a scoop is? But my question, literally, I was like, where does it go? I'm all, does it just fall out? Like, you just sneeze it? No, you
believed it?
No, I took ecstasy and I felt great. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but then you're like, 1 scoop more.
No, I think people that never did it thought it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was the people that never tried it. And then I was like, I took ecstasy like 8 times.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I just equated that to why I was bad at math. I only made it to like algebra C.
Well, you see, Mrs. Smith, I have a couple scoops gone. So...
It's not me, it's the ecstasy.
Is this considered a disability?
Speaking of high school, did you do Faderades in high school? What? Faderades or power?
But did you ever see when people would inhale Axe body spray?
I did paint.
Oh my God.
I did paint. Never
Axe body spray. Is that still a thing? Do they sell that still?
Just smell like ass all day? You just smell like fucking...
No, Axe body spray.
Yeah, no, you smell like...
Not ass body
No, you smell like ass. Bro, you literally just smell like fucking... What's the shit they put inside of it? What to spray it out?
Aerosol?
Yeah, you just smell like Lysol. But we...
That's not the same thing.
I used to think, well, dude...
Lysol and aerosol are not the same thing.
When's the last time you smelled Axe body spray and you're like, you smell so good?
I don't know.
Never,
I
ever,
remember it fondly.
ever. What? I had the red and blue
I thought it was
one.
like all the hot guys wore Axe.
I thought
body
that too,
spray.
and I wanted to be a hot guy, so I'd buy the blue and red one.
You're like, right before school, I'm good to go.
Dude, there was not one woman around ever.
It was the same for girls. There was the Victoria's Secret body spray.
They still do that.
Yeah,
some
Love
girls,
Spell.
Was it? I don't know what the other one's
Love
are.
Spell.
Yeah. What's the one in the pink bottle? That one's still pretty prominent. Sorry.
Is it?
Got gas. Yeah, it is. It smells fucking. It tastes awful.
Ew.
You kiss somebody on the neck, you're like.
I don't think any body spray tastes good.
No, not at all. But I mean, it is what it is. Axe was fucking funny. No, I did paint. I huffed paint, whippets.
Dust off?
I didn't do dust off. I was too scared. My friend had like the legit duster thing.
I saw someone inhale dust off, and immediately he had a seizure, and then woke up out of it and didn't know what happened, and did another hit.
Dude.
Like right after his seizure, he's like, and then he's like, oh, that was fun.
That was the beginning of phones.
What?
Hey, remember
you like having seizures?
You remember when phones just came out and like that's when we just stopped helping people? Like you'd see somebody have a seizure, you're like, dude, bro, somebody should grab them. Yeah. Remember salvia?
Oh my God, yeah.
You never did any of it?
No,
oh,
I'm
wow.
not stupid. I almost said a different word.
I mean,
canceled.
Listen, I was experimental. First time I did coke was because I went to I was never gonna do coke in my life because I had only heard dark things with coke. Fucking acid and shit was like hippies, so I was like, cool, I'll be with the hippies. And then coke, I was like, it's just this dark thing.
What about meth?
No, I did meth on accident. No, because we got a bag.
You did meth on accident?
This is a funny story. Wink, wink. No, we got a bag in West Hollywood.
Fucking crackhead.
I was with my ex at the time, and we got this bag from her friend, and she's like, "This is really good coke." Like, like I'm up, and I'm like, "Cool." This is actually a really funny story.
What's really good coke?
Fuck it. I talked to my mom.
Does this mean it's really good coke?
No, there's no good coke anymore. I talked to my mom about this, and I was like, "What was coke like in the '80s?" And she's like, "It's nothing like now."
Dude, did I tell you about when I figured out what that was? What that meant?
You mean
the jaw thing is like a coke thing?
Yeah.
So
you don't know what coke is?
No, I hope my dad never fucking watches this. But anyway, like my dad dabbled in drugs as I was a child. So he would come home a lot, really messed up, and he'd always be like this. And I was like 5 years old, and he'd just be like this. I'd be like, Dad, what's wrong with your jaw? Are you okay? And he'd be like, I'm fine. And like I grew up seeing my dad do that all the time, and I really didn't know what it was.
Stress.
The first time I saw it as an adult and realized that, then I asked someone, I was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, that's when people are high on coke." And I was like,
I can't believe you didn't know coke jaw.
Well, I've been seeing it since I was like a kid, so I was like, it's normal. Or I thought my dad just had a jaw problem. Now I realize my dad did a fuck ton of cocaine.
He got a lot of shit done though.
Dude, that like aha moment though was crazy.
I mean, fucking, I don't know. I never knew when my mom was on drugs. Like I knew when she was doing bad, but she never came off as like fucking tweaked out until she was like homeless. But I was telling you a story. Oh, so when we got the meth, so we thought it was coke, and it was coke a little bit. You know the Abbey in West Hollywood?
Yeah, why were you there?
Well, my girlfriend's...
So you're doing meth and going to the Abbey, huh?
Yeah, it's like a Macy's bathroom. It's just orgies.
This is sounding a little suspicious,
listen.
Jacob.
So,
what's going on? So, you can come out. It's fine.
Listen. So we get this bag, and I'm with my ex, her girlfriend, and then our friend Sean. Cool dude, but he was gay. So...
What do you mean, but he was gay?
No, like he wanted to go to the Abbey. So I was just invited to go, and I was like, I don't give a shit, dude. Gay people are fine. So
thanks for prefacing that.
And then, I mean, gay clubs are cool. Like a lot of people.
Oh my God, we know you think they're cool. Okay.
There's so many straight women there. For nobody that knows
true.
That nobody knows.
That is true.
For
there
dudes
are
that don't
really
know
hot,
that key.
There are very attractive straight women going to gay clubs all the time.
Not only that, open-minded. Also, may like girls in those clubs too. You might have anyway. I digress.
So you get to the Abbey.
So I go to the bathroom, and I did a bump, right? And I just got instantly awake. But then the security comes in, and like they just barge in the bathroom, and they're like, "Hey man, you gotta go. Like I'm literally caught like fucking, where's my camera? I'm like literally caught just keys right here. I'm like, fuck, okay. They kicked me out. And this is the first time, thank you to all the gays at the Abbey. I felt like a bad bitch, dude. I literally walked back to, the line was fucking packed. And then they were like, you can come through. They gave me the whole light thing. I'm fucking hot. Like, dude, they let me right back in. Like they kicked me out.
So how did you know it was meth?
When I went back inside, like my heart was just racing. And Coke usually doesn't, like good Coke, like you can still like, you can cruise, right? Like you can do a bump and you'll be fine. You do a bump, you'll be fine. Your face goes numb. My face did not go numb at all. Like I didn't really get the numbing feeling. I was just amped. And then I was just up for hours, like dripping sweat too.
You don't know for sure if it was meth, but it probably was.
Yeah. Like I didn't go buy meth.
Have you ever done heroin?
No, never done heroin. I told you, I think injected Coke twice. Shot Coke twice. Fucking wanted to be so Motley Crue.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But
when you were doing it, were you like, I'm so fucking rock star?
Like,
no, did you think that?
I just wanted to run through a wall.
Like the Kool-Aid man?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was fucking amped. And then, yeah, so the first time I tried Coke was, the only reason I did it is because I was like, I'm not going to do that shit. Like, I'm just going to smoke weed and drink. And the girl was like, you want to do a line off of my tits? And I was like, that sounds really cool right now. And so I did it. And I was like, fucking. And then I learned again for girls, right? So the more Coke.
What's the point of doing drugs off of a chick's titties? Like, are you getting a boner from that? Or is it like, does it just feel cool?
It's aesthetically just cool. It does nothing to the drugs.
No, I know it does nothing to the drugs.
What sounded where the question was going.
No, does it do anything for you?
Yeah, I'm doing it off tits.
And you're just like, feeling like the man?
Yeah, you never just fucking boofed somebody before?
I just found out what that was.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that's a thing.
Explain to the audience.
Isn't it when you like do Coke out of someone's butthole?
Well, no, you're blowing Coke up somebody's butthole. So you take a little straw and a girl's just pointing her ass in your face and you just go ahead and, like that straw you have right there. That's the perfect position that you're in. And then you just.
Have you done it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, like whenever I think I'm in a bad spot, I'm just like, I used to blow Coke up people's asses and we're not doing that anymore. So. Yeah, I feel like I've came a long way.
Good.
But that was my original Coke story.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, but you just been drinking. Don't act like you're better than me. You've had some fucked up drunk stories too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do. It just happened like 2 months ago.
I've only been to the hospital from drinking like twice. Okay. That's when I was inexperienced. I didn't know how to do it. Okay.
You know how fucked up you have to be to go to the hospital from drinking?
Yes, we've both been.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I was dead. You told me to take you to the hospital fucking not that long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. We got to get to topics. We've been going off on drugs for a minute. Did you have something that you had in mind?
Yeah, I have a couple, just to get back to like our previous, I guess, last episodes talking about boundaries and dating and stuff. A couple people mentioned this. Do you think that when you're in a relationship, do you and your partner share each other's phone codes?
No, I wouldn't ask for that.
You've never asked for it?
No.
Never?
No.
Do you think it's toxic if partners have each other's phone codes?
This is why I feel like it's a bad thing, because that is your private conversations. Like that's that's the modern day diary, right? You're venting.
Yeah, like if you're
friends.
venting, I think
if you're pissed off at your boyfriend and you tell your best friend some shit, cool. Like I think it's sometimes you don't want people to see what's in your phone because you don't have the context of what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would never do that.
Me and my ex had each other's phone codes.
Yeah. How'd that go? I think it's more toxic to have them.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Actually, I think so too. What if your partner asks to see your phone?
I think if your partner asks to see your phone and they have a legitimate reason and you don't want to show it, that means you got something in your phone. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
I agree.
Yeah. So that's
I think if your partner wants to see your phone or has a concern, if truly nothing bad is going on, you should be easily capable of handing over your phone.
Yeah. Like if I would never, but like if I asked my girlfriend, like, let me go through your phone right now, and we were in an argument and she was like, well, I'm talking shit about you to my friends in there, I'd be fine with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with that.
Well, also, like, why are you opening conversations with her and her friends? Like, I feel like, if anything, you're looking in it for, like, a trust issue, right? Like,
well, my ex used to save dudes under girls' names, so you can never be too sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so, like, if you have a friend named Monica, then the dude would be Monica Hart. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book. What are you talking about?
I guess so. I never done that.
It's too much work. I will get caught. I'm just not gonna lie anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not in a relationship, so it's like I don't need to lie. You fucking anybody else? Yeah, I am.
Interesting. You got any topics?
Well, I mean, that's a good one though. What happened with the phone thing? Did you find anything on the phone?
In his phone?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, here we go.
It's just like, like my last relationship, nobody cheated or anything. It was just like me getting mad if you liked a thirst trap or something, or, you know, liked a girl's picture. Like nothing was ever super serious. So us having, we were together for 4.5 years. So like it was so normal for us to leave our phones out, and we both had we had the same phone code. My phone code is still the same from that relationship, you know? So, I mean, whatever. I think to each their own. With
the liking the girls' photos, do you feel like it's less like, it's just a disrespect thing, right? Like it's not
when your boyfriend likes a thirst trap.
Yeah, like if they're not trying to hide it, like because like there's things like, this is how I take things, right? If you did something and you genuinely didn't know you did anything wrong, I'm gonna take it as like you did it with no malice. Like you're not trying to do anything. There's no hiding of it.
Yeah.
Once people start trying to hide shit, that's when I get worried.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like if you had like a fake account that you're going through all these pictures, but if you just like a photo. Like, again, I don't think we touched on this last time, but it's like what's the male thirst trap, right? So, like, if a girl with her ass out, tits out, whatever, like, that's the thirst trap. Okay. But you got to think of, like, the female view of, like, what if it's just a really successful guy? A guy next to a really nice car, a guy in, like, a nice suit, like a guy with
I think
money.
we know what a male thirst trap is.
Well, okay.
I think it's anything where you're trying to gain attention from the photo, like the picture, you know?
What turns girls on isn't the same as what turns guys on.
Okay, if you had a girlfriend and there was a guy who only posted like topless photos at the gym and he's super ripped, had a bunch of tattoos, hot dude, and she was liking every one of those photos all the time, would that bother you? And that's the only content he posted?
I mean, it would bother me, but again, like I got to check myself and be like, am I being insecure about it? Like, But
why is she liking those kinds of photos?
No, I get it. You're right in the sense, but like for me, it's like I'm a very like I'm gonna take accountability first, because my thing with any argument is like, what did I do wrong? Like,
yeah.
Not like in a people pleasing. Like I'm not gonna say that I did something wrong, but I check myself first.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I just annoyed because I resonate with this and this makes me feel insecure, or is this an actual problem? If you're commenting like hard eyes, fire emoji, okay, we got a fucking issue. But
I don't know. I think the liking thirst traps, I don't think it's appropriate.
I don't think so either. But again, like you can like somebody's story and you'll never see it.
Okay, that's shady. Yeah, is liking someone's story when they have a girlfriend shady? I
mean, it is.
Yeah, it's like, hi, I'm here. That's kind of what it says when someone likes your story. Like, I'm seeing this.
Yeah,
I'm engaging with you,
and it's like
it's a way of engaging with someone else.
Yeah, I mean that's the same reason why guys like mute girls when they like them.
What?
Yeah, like you never heard that fucking rule? If you really like a girl, mute her. Just mute all of her shit so it looks like you don't care.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. I've hit a point in my life now where I'm just not on my phone enough to give a fuck. Yeah, but guys will just mute girls' stories. It's like a play, but I think girls get it now. So it's like. If you mute a girl's story, the premise of what guys think is like, she's going to notice that I'm not looking at this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works. Sometimes it does work.
It does work.
Psychology. Like, why aren't they? Well, with you've taught me that.
What?
You notice everything.
Oh, yeah, I notice everything.
With you and like my girlfriends, I get to fucking really peek into the female brain, and I would never have guessed that girls dig that deep. What was it? You did a fucking TikTok that blew my mind. You were like, when you make a burner account and follow everybody they follow, so you notice when they get a new follower.
Yeah.
Do you know how much fucking time that takes?
Yeah. Girls are crazy.
That's insanity to me.
Yeah. We know everything.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like I don't know if it's like a sixth sense that women just have, but we find out everything.
You don't feel like
it's almost like all girls have it.
But don't you feel like that fucks you up more?
To know things?
Yeah.
No, I think for us, or at least for me personally, like I have such a fear of looking stupid. So I feel like information is power. So when I know things, I just never want to be the last to know something. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, but if somebody's really good at hiding something, you're never going to know until you know. So like my thing is like, what if something was done and you're just...
They think they're good at hiding things.
But you're creating these assumptions in your head and you're going to drive yourself fucking crazy.
I think it depends on the situation.
I think if I didn't trust my partner that much, like if I really thought they were just out there doing shady shit all the time, I couldn't be with that person.
Yeah, I think that's different. I think this is more most common, to be honest, in situationships, because when you're not fully committed to someone, you know, your partner kind of has the floor to do whatever they want. Maybe they're talking to 3 different girls at once. You kind of want to know who those girls are sometimes. You want to see who you're in competition with. You know, I've been hooking up with dudes, I guess, over the last year. Like, there was one guy I was in a situationship with, and I would always notice when like new girls that didn't follow me but also followed him would watch my stories, and they would always somehow, like, if I posted from his house, they'd be watching my story that day.
I don't check who watches my shit anymore.
Well, we're just talking about like girls being detectives. I think a lot of it revolves around like situationships are so common these days. You're typically like, when you're with one guy, like there's probably like 3 other girls also talking to the same guy.
So would you say that women create majority of the problems in their own head? That's not really a problem.
I don't think it's a problem. I think girls just want to know.
But
you can't really say anything. I mean, it kind of just lets you know, like, it is what it is. Like, when I found out, like, for instance, one guy that I was talking to was talking to multiple different girls, I just knew how serious to take him. I mean, how you get the information is one thing. What you do with the information is another. You know, like, I feel like you could work yourself up over it. But for me, when I see stuff like that, it just shows me what it is. Like, okay. That's
so weird you say that, because I have, like, this sick thing where it's like, if I'm in a situationship, or like if I'm hooking up with somebody, I almost like when I know they're hooking up with somebody else, because it gives me this full-on detachment.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know that's same.
It's such a good feeling, because now I feel no remorse.
Yeah,
like, not like I'm gonna do this crazy shit, but it's like, okay, cool. There's no way you can get mad at me.
Yeah,
like, it's like, you go play the field first, because then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it just shows what kind of person they are.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know,
it's weird that you said. That's a good way to put it. Like, I just feel this sense of detachment, which is good, because I always fear, like, am I gonna hurt this person's feelings? Are they gonna be mad at me? Am I gonna come off as the asshole?
Yeah.
But if you're asshole first, I'm like, all right, cool. Not that you're an asshole, but you know what I mean? It just makes me feel better.
Yeah, I think I just feel like it can show you how serious to take a situation. And that's so common these days. Like, I feel like situationships are lately much more common than finding someone that actually wants a relationship, depending on, I guess, where you're looking to date.
Okay, let me ask you this. So when girls say, like, we would rather just a guy be straight up, right? How straight up?
Like, in what regard?
Like, okay, for example, like, guys that love bomb and shit. Like, I hear a lot of girls like, why'd you make me feel this way? And then that wasn't it at all. But if a guy genuinely just been like, I'm just looking to fuck around right now, like, I'm not looking to settle down, is that appreciated, or is it like, that's kind of gross?
It depends. Like, I think everyone should be straight up from the very beginning, you know, because it doesn't even make sense. Like, why would you not tell someone if you're not looking for a relationship? And then girls can do with that what they want, you know, like, I feel like it should be mutual, you know. I don't think if you're not looking for anything serious, I don't think it's fair to mislead the person that likes you.
Yeah.
Back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't. What's wrong with someone saying that they don't want anything serious?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But like, from a girl's so like, I think the reason that and I can't speak for every guy, but I think a lot of the reasons that guys don't do it, and I can only speak from past experiences, the reason I was never straight up in the past was because I was afraid I'm gonna lose the possibility of getting laid.
Well,
so I think a lot of guys avoid it.
Yeah, well, then that's a fucked up reason to not tell someone something. Like, you just want to bang them, so that means you do have the intention of misleading them if you don't want to be honest.
It felt like that, because then I would, back in the day, I would justify it in my head. I would be like, okay, well, you know,
and then that brings the question to women, and maybe women should be more straightforward. If like the guy is withholding that information and they're not upfront, maybe you just ask, be like, hey, are you looking for anything serious? I think, you know, there's a responsibility on both ends to be straight up. And if you really want to know, you just ask.
I think women are a lot stronger than men think. I think women are a lot cooler with what I've learned from like my honesty journey.
Yeah.
Is women are cool with a lot more than dudes think. And I think guys actually have more of a problem with it than girls do.
Maybe.
I think so. I think like if you two got in a situationship, like if a girl and a guy got into a situationship, I think guys lean way more on insecurity of you hooking up with all these people and doing these things, because it's very possessive.
Yeah.
And then there's females who are like, yeah, you know, he does his own thing for the most part, unless like a girl starts to develop feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was where I was with it.
I mean, I was my Uber driver yesterday, we were talking and she was just telling me how her and her fiance are in an open relationship. And she was like, yeah, I met him and he cheated on his ex. And I just know that he can't be monogamous, but I love him and I just want him to do his own thing. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's wild. I could personally never do that, but I also believe in monogamy. Not everybody believes in monogamy. There are women out there that don't believe in it. And I feel like those men and women should find each other. I don't think it should be an imbalance. I think it's unfair.
I think a lot of it is a lot of people are broken too.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one thing too. It's like women, for me, like I'm only saying women because it's like shit that I see, but I hate when you're so deep in your masculine and you don't want to be feminine and you'll never be a girl again for anybody because you've been fucked over in the past. Because it's like, how many hurdles now do I have to jump through just to get you to fucking let me in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can only try so hard, but I think it's fucked up. I don't know what the girl version is of that. Like with guys, like what's a broken dude look like?
Well, a broken dude. What's a broken dude look like? I don't know, honestly. I feel like that's such a case by case basis.
Yeah.
But like I actually going into situationships, I feel like things are, for a lot of women, situationships, I think a lot of women are hoping that it turns into a relationship.
Why?
Because I think, when you sleep together, it's inevitable that someone's going to catch feelings. Like keeping it casual is just, I think it's really unrealistic. I think the percentage of people that try to keep it casual and it ends not casual is more often than not. So like this was a good question that I had was, how long is too long to be talking?
Damn, that is a good question.
How long is too long to be in the talking stage?
Well, since we get fucking dragged on the internet, I think I want to preface with it's not a one size fits all. These are just our opinions, and we just try to do.
Oh my god, who cares?
Well, I'm tired.
Everyone's. I don't. You don't have to defend yourself. But
no,
anyways,
I think 6 months is way too long.
I think after 3 months, if they're not asking to be your boy or you to be their girlfriend, I think you're fucked.
Okay, let me put it in this situation.
And this is 3 months of consistent talking, going on dates, hanging out.
Got it.
Like it's consistent. If you're hanging out every day or every other day or every weekend for 3 months, you're talking every single day, you're sleeping together, and after 3 months, there's not even a conversation about getting serious. I think that's too long.
Do you think women wait for it more? Like, do you think like because I know guys hate the question of what are we? Or not hate it, but there's some guy, like you see a lot of memes and like a lot of people talk shit about it. I hate when a girl asks, what are we? But I think there's a right to say it after a certain amount of time.
Do men know almost instantly if the girl is like the one that they want to date? Like, do you know on the first date if this is someone that you're going to want to date?
No.
You don't
know. I mean, me personally, because I need to see your personality. I need to see you in certain situations.
So how long does it take for you to know if you're going to date them? I guess that's like the real question.
I go by like how we talk. You know what I mean? Like what's our conversation like? You know what I mean? Can I really I'll test the waters with opening up a little bit.
But how long though does it take for you to know if you want to like be with this person?
Well, it depends. Like we're men and women, right? So it's like women test you in certain ways to be like, how's he going to react to this?
Well, say you've been talking for 3 months.
I think this is a good amount of time. Like you should be actively seeing how they act if you really like somebody. Like there's people that I really really like, and like if I was ready to date, I know I would date them like immediately. But it's like situational. It's like how do they make you feel, and you should be gauging that if you know that you like.
Yeah,
the person.
I just feel like if you're talking every day for 3 months, I think at that point you would know, do I want to be with this person or not?
Yeah,
you agree?
I agree. I think it's a lot of people fall under the mirage of like infatuation.
Do you think you need more time than that to figure it out?
I mean, there's different things. You're going to see people in different settings. So it's like, are you talking about like just to figure out?
I'm just talking about commitment.
Commitment.
Like if is 3 months a long enough amount of time to know if you want to commit to this person?
Yeah, but after that 3 months, what if a guy?
Well, then that just goes into breaking up and all of that's just the relationship issues. But like, I'm just talking about wanting to commit to this person and call them your girlfriend.
I would say 3 months is a standard, a pretty good amount of time. If you're consistently hanging out.
So if at 3 months it's not happening, do you think it's going to happen?
No, I think you should be able to, if you feel insecure to ask that, not insecure, if you're afraid to ask that question to your partner, odds are there's something there that's obviously holding you back from fully opening up to them. So you got to check that too. Like, why am I so afraid to talk to this person about this?
I mean, I knew a girl who was with a guy in a situationship with him for 2 years, and they lived together, and he still wouldn't call her his girlfriend. What's that?
Oh man, it's just, you're afraid to shake that's broken people. I think that dude's broken. I think
like they're straight up living together, hanging out, obviously with each other every single day for 2 years, and he refuses to call her his girlfriend.
If that was me on the other end, if I was her, I'd be like, look, you're
but why
not
is he doing it? Is he?
You're not ready to be loved.
Or is it just they want the opportunity for something better to come along?
It could be that, right? So a lot of guys are like circumstantial of like, well, if I'm doing good at my job and I get this promotion, then I'll have this much money. What if this opens this up to this door? And like you have those ideas, but some people just genuinely aren't ready to get there. They don't even love themselves, so you're not ready to be loved like that. And you can't wait on somebody to be ready to be loved. Like, bro, if you can't make a decision, fuck, I gotta go.
What do you think about if your girlfriend or the girl that you're dating makes more money than you and she's like a girl boss, and like, is that intimidating for men?
I think it's hot. I think it's very sexy. I don't want your money though.
For other men though, do you think it's intimidating? That just shows you're confident.
Yeah, but if you got a problem with it, then it's like, okay, fucking you do some shit with yourself.
Right? I agree with that.
And then like if you have a good, strong woman, they're going to support you through a lot of the shit you do. And not financially, they're going to be like motivating you, and they're going to push you and be like, you can be better than this.
Yes.
That's a strong ass woman.
No. I think it takes a strong man too to be able to accept that power dynamic. You know what I mean? Because
you want a power position. If you're intimidated by power, that means that you don't feel like you have enough power in yourself.
I agree.
Like if you're more successful than me, that's cool, but I'm still like I admire you and I respect you, and I think that what you're doing is badass, but I'm still going to play the role of me.
Why do you think men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s date girls that are between the ages of 18 and 25?
So life doesn't really start for men, and I'm not saying this is right. I disagree with dating that young, but I don't think life for men starts until like your 30s, mid 30s. Mm-hmm. Like if you're going off the basis of like market value, man isn't even really extremely sought for until about 35. Mm-hmm. So you really don't get to experience all that fun shit and all that affirmation. Like you've gone through your whole life being a pretty girl. It's like every girl that's ever existed had to go through this whole thing of their life of like guys trying to sleep with them actively. And then you're like, this is so gross. Like, I just want to have a good day. Where it's like guys on the other hand are like, fuck, it'd be nice to get that affirmation, right? So you search for that. When you hit your 30s, if you stay in shape and like you're doing okay, like you do okay in life, you're finally getting to experience that. Also, it's like now is your fuck around time. 30s is like a guy's 20s. So you get to experience all these things. So when you go younger, it's like these girls are on the same game plan. They don't want to settle down. They're still free flowing. Life is just all full, like their whole life's ahead of them. So it's kind of, you're on the same wavelength.
But like in your 40s and 50s.
You're not ready to let go of youth.
You think that's what it is? Like midlife crisis?
I wouldn't say it's a crisis. I just, you're having a good time. And again, like if you work your way up to it, like I have friends.
But there's still beautiful girls in their 30s. Why go that young?
I don't think it's an age. There's so many girls that are fucking 40 that are gorgeous.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like, why do these successful men pick girls that are that young?
Oh my God, it's just so much easier to impress them. It's so much easier. Like for a girl that's older, you really got to like check yourself, and you got to be, again, for the term masculine, you got to be cool within yourself. You got to be confident in yourself. It's more than just money, where it's like a 20-year-old, it's like, I just want to have fun. Cool, I can provide fun. Shit, I'll pay for your apartment. What's that? Fucking $2,200? Here's $2,200 a month. Yeah, I'm balling. So it's like you need the view, as to where when women get older, you've already experienced most of that shit. And you're like, no, bro, how are you inside?
Yeah.
Like I'm getting tired of you being insecure. I'm getting tired of you just not being cool with yourself.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. And it's some people don't grow, and you want to cling on to that youth shit. And again, you find these younger girls where it's like they're having fun, and they should.
Yeah.
You're in your 20s, have fun. Go experience fucking life. See what you like, see what you don't like.
Yeah.
Have those experiences. Don't rush that. And it's really easy to find a guy that's stable, and you have this security, and it feels good, and you get to experience things that not a lot of people in their 20s get to experience.
Yeah.
On the dude on the other end is also just enjoying the fact that he can take advantage of somebody that's just having fun.
Yeah.
That's what I feel about it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's a good answer.
Thank you. This yerba mate got me fucking going. What was it? Oh, I wanted to talk to you about like getting older. How do you feel?
I do think it's a little harder for women to get older than men.
Why?
I think men truly do get more attractive with age.
Sometimes.
But I also like old dudes, so maybe that's my own thing.
Yeah.
And I think that, women, I don't know, like, it's been hard. Like, turning 34, I'm going to be 35 this summer. Mm-hmm. It's kind of scary, like you have the biological time clock factor too. It's like at a certain age, you can't have kids anymore, and time goes by fast. So I think that's a pretty crazy part of it. I think that, what's cute and fun in your 20s isn't cute and fun in your mid 30s. You can't do certain things. You can't act certain ways, which I want to grow. I want to become a better woman anyway. But like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. I still feel like I'm a kid, So I think that's the weirdest thing. I don't know. I always thought that at a certain age I would feel like an adult, but I feel like I still feel like young.
Yeah, but some people can call that childish. I'd say like you just still have your spark.
I don't know. I don't feel like a 34-year-old.
You don't want to lose that spark though.
Yeah.
So
how do you feel about it?
I feel good. I'm excited. I love journeys, right? So I love when life takes me on different journeys. Like I think I did every year, right? And
yeah.
I think, I fucked up when I was supposed to fuck up, and I think I got my shit together when I was supposed to get my shit together, and I'm just looking forward to the journeys to come.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like life journey, like I'm happier now at 35 than I've ever been in my whole life. Like I'm in a good place. Like I'm chilling. Like I truly am secure with myself. But like I think when it comes to aging, and like I just started getting Botox and like all those things. Like I think those things as a woman is hard. I think just aging in general is hard. And I love when people can embrace that. But there's so much pressure these days. Like when you look online and you look on Instagram, like everyone's getting fillers, everyone's getting the lips done, the butt job, the boob job, and like we just live in a society now where I feel like for women, it's hard. It's been hard for me to fight not getting those things. I haven't had any work done. The only thing I've had is my Botox. But even watching these podcasts back, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh my God, I look old. My skin looks this way. My lips look this way. Like maybe I should get veneers, like all the things, and I feel like that's just the toxicity of the internet and entertainment and media. We have the Kardashians to look up to.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like that's dying too, because I feel like they've
been saying it's been dying, but in reality, like I think everyone's trying to reverse the clock.
There's nothing wrong with trying to look younger. There's nothing wrong
think so.
with trying
I think
to preserve youth.
I agree with preserving your youth. Like I get Botox. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting Botox.
I don't think there's anything wrong with anything. Like
no.
I hate like
anyone should do whatever the F they want to do.
Yeah, I think with beauty standards, right? I think the narrative is, again, we have the tantrum generation, like I said. So it's like all these people throwing tantrums. So it's just guys shit talking girl. It's literally a bunch of grown ass adults going, ha ha, you're getting old. Ha ha, your hairline's receding. Ha. So you have everybody's fucking insecure, and you can't blame them. You see that shit every day.
Yeah.
Like some woman in her 40s trying to tell me that, like, dude, fuck that. Like, you really got to hop off the internet.
Yeah.
Because there's so many, like, the beauty standard doesn't exist. And you see some of these people in real life that have had so much work done where it's like, what the fuck do you look like?
Yeah.
What are your kids going to look like? What do you tell your kids when your kids, Mom, why don't I have boobs like you? Mom, why don't I have a butt like yours? Don't worry, when you're 18, we'll get all that shit settled.
Fuck.
You can't even teach your kids confidence because you don't have it within yourself.
I know.
Which is scary. But that's nothing against, if you want to get boobs, like, that's fine. Like, I think that's great.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and it's a slippery slope too. I feel like with the plastic surgery, once you get one thing done, it's kind of like, I don't know. Even with Botox, I feel like Botox is like the gateway drug into like injectables. You know, like I got Botox and I started here, and then I started getting it here, and then I was like, what if I just got a little bit in my lips? What if I got this or that? And it's just, I really try really hard to just, even if I have noticeable signs of aging, to embrace it and just to let my body do what it's supposed to do. That's not for everyone, and it's hard, and especially when you get comments on yourself or whatever, that it's hard.
But think about
I think everyone struggles with that.
But how big of a piece of shit somebody has to be to comment on another person's looks.
That's the world.
I will say this though.
This is the world we live in.
I don't like, this is one of, I don't have icks, but a turn off for me. Oh, if you get your tits done and you get all this work done and now you got a fucking attitude and you want to, fuck, I'll go in on you. Fuck you. Like, you know, if you get it done and you're cool and like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's no big deal. Like cosmetic surgery is fine. I think you should take advantage of like modern fucking society. Cool, do that. But when you start acting like you're fucking the shit, be like, hold on, I knew you when you were fucking flat chested and fucking long assed. Like, don't be walking around here fucking high and mighty. Those people that pisses me off.
What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, I'm a solid like 6. I'll give myself a strong 6.
Same.
Yeah. And that's not even an insult because I'm like, dude, you see people that are fucking like 10s and I'm like, I'm not that for damn sure. Like, I ain't even.
So have you seen the Whatever podcast?
Yeah.
Have you seen like when they go around the table and they ask all the women like what they would rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the women that are rating themselves a 10 out of 10?
So when I watch it, I'm like, I get it. Like, I understand the confidence thing. Like, you're supposed to have confidence. Like, think of yourself as a 10, but also like, you know what that podcast is going to do. Also, to be fair, if you're watching this Whatever podcast, you guys are pussies. Like, those dudes are huge pussies. You get a bunch of girls from Santa Barbara, fucking fresh and fit.
I almost went on it.
Don't. Why?
I
you know
wanted
what they're
to.
going to do. They're just going to, they talk in circles.
I know, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, cool. You just let them talk. And it's
Yeah.
like, there's what's crazy about that show is they'll say things that you can entertain. That makes sense. For sure. They do say they're educated people. I'm not going to take that away from them. But it's like, when the question gets asked towards them, they're like, well, I'm successful and I got no kids. And you're still a bitch. You can still be a bitch and be successful. There's plenty of rich fucking vaginas out there. Like, you are not.
I think being real about the way that you look, I think is, I don't know. Being egotistical is just never attractive.
If somebody's going to care that much about my looks, I don't want to be with you anyway. Like,
True
I
dat.
really don't give a fuck. Like, dude, if that's going to be, because all this is going to go away.
True
Whatever
dat.
you think I am, if you think I'm a 9, guess what? It's going to go away.
Exactly.
It's going to go away. I'm not going to have the same body. I'm not going to have the same face. And if I really like somebody, I really don't let yourself go. Like, try to stay healthy. But
Yeah.
shit's going to go.
And they always ask that body count. Oh, another question I had. We have 5
15.
minutes left. How much should you share with your partner? Do you think that if your partner asks what your body count is, do you think that's a fair question?
I've seen a lot of these videos now of like, it means a lot because like people that have higher body counts are more likely to get divorced and shit.
Is that true?
I don't. How can you fucking tell? Maybe, I don't know, because you're more addicted to sex. I guess the percentage would be. It's that stupid.
I don't think a high body count means that you're addicted to sex.
No, or you're addicted to affirmation, or you're seeking shit. But also, it's like we can't let shit go. Like you mean to tell me nobody can grow? Nobody can not be the same person they were 10 years ago?
I believe in that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Why would you? My thing is,
I've
like,
definitely had my years of like getting a little bit too crazy, but like I was also in a relationship for 4.5 years and I was with one person and there was no cheating that had ever happened in that. You know what I mean? Like, just because someone has a high body count, I don't think that means that they can't be loyal or that, I don't know.
within that percentage, maybe there are some people that can't like fucking. They need to fuck
Yeah.
somebody. But again, that's an internal problem with them. But you can work that out.
You never watched Temptation Island, did you?
No,
Oh my gosh. That was such a crazy show.
but
Like,
do you think it's hotter if a man can get a bunch of girls or if a man gets no girls?
well, why are they getting no girls?
I don't know. What if it's a life choice? So
Is the man, I need more context here. Is he attractive?
let's say moderate.
I don't think the amount of women a man attracts means anything. I
So
think
you wouldn't look at a guy with like this just surrounded by beautiful women and be like, I wonder what it is. Like there's
always a
intriguing part of your
reason.
brain.
I don't ever have to wonder. Like Dan Bilzerian has a lot of women around him because he's rich and he's fit and he gets attention.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner had a lot of women around him because he's rich and
so it doesn't pique your curiosity. Like I'm like, no, really?
no.
That's like one of the main things that like
There's a clear reason why like these women are surrounding these men. It's typically one reason. It's they're successful.
Yeah, but there's like this book called The Art of Seduction, and it's written from a woman's
read
point
it.
of view. Yeah, so it's like, that queen that fucking had dudes around her all the time, and she was, more guys wanted her because more people wanted her.
Yeah.
So you show your value through that. But I've always wondered, like through a girl's eyes, like you don't think it's ever, like if somebody walks into a room and everybody's like, can I get your autograph? Hi, how are you? Can I take pictures? Are you turned on more by that? Because it's like,
well, I think a lot of women are, because I think it's almost like they're harder to get.
yeah,
You
it's a
know,
status
like,
thing.
yeah, no, I've felt that way about artists. Like, that was definitely, like, I'm not gonna lie, that was a huge reason I was attracted to certain people, was because I felt like if they chose me to be with, I was more special than if just like a regular dude chose me. And that's a really fucked up like thing to say
It's
and
honest. I
admit,
like
but
it.
it's true.
I like it.
And I don't think that way anymore now that I'm older. I think that just comes with maturing. But yeah, as a young girl who's easily impressed, and going back to dating younger women, because yes, when you are in your 20s, you are way more easily impressed than when you're in your 30s and you've actually lived life. But for sure, you know, like my first boyfriend that I had that was in a band, so many girls wanted him, and I thought that if I could win him over, I was more special than them.
That's crazy. But it's psychology. It's crazy.
It's just, yeah, it's just true.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
And I think that's a also very immature and juvenile way to think. And now that I went through that, I used to think like that. I don't think like that anymore.
but I appreciate
Now,
that
like, you
honesty.
couldn't like pay me to date a guy in a band. You know, like,
well, I
that's,
mean, if you like them, who cares what they do?
it depends, but like, that's totally not, like, if I see a famous person now, like when I see girls like fangirling over dudes, I'm just like, or when a celebrity walks into a bar and everyone's like, oh my gosh, did you see who's here? I could not care less. Like, I'm so desensitized to that life now. Like, if I see a famous person walk into the room, I want to be in the other room. Like, it actually makes me sick seeing people like groveling over a famous person. It's like, bro, most famous people I've met kind of suck. You know,
a
it's
lot
like,
of them.
and I don't mean that they're bad people, but I think that fame kind of turns them into like,
You just become more of the person that you originally were meant to be.
sure,
It's like money, right? Like money, cosmetics, all that shit. It's all 10x.
yeah, but I think no, like when people are name dropping, like that's so cringe to me.
Yeah.
Like I could not be less impressed. But I can see why 20-year-olds are.
I like the honesty though. Well, I mean, it's not an age thing.
I went through it, you know, but now like absolutely not.
My favorite thing to hear is always like, if I wanted that, wouldn't I still be there? And I'm like, could you still be there? Like, that was always my thing. I'm like, well, then go. Like, I hate that because it's like a backhanded compliment to me. I'd be like, well, then go be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always the one I hated.
All right. Well,
You're good.
we're wrapping it.
That felt nice.
That felt really
That
good.
felt really nice. That felt
Maybe it was
good.
the White Claw.
Yeah, the White Claw really sets you off on
Yeah.
a perfect tone. Yeah,
You know, it's the poor man's speedball.
yeah. Well, you took not one sip of that fucking coffee.
I already had a couple coffees today, I think.
Just got it for the aesthetics. Well, I think that was a good episode. What are we, episode 4?
Episode 4.
Fuck yeah, guys. No hat, so we're really getting comfortable.
Cool.
That's it.
All right.
All right.
This might be toxic.
We'll see you on the next episode.
See you on the next.
Try it again. One more sign out.
Bye.